Today, I want to talk about something deeply important, something that has touched the lives of so many of us. It's about the idea of the chosen ones, those individuals who from a young age feel a pull, a calling, a sense of purpose that is so much bigger than themselves. These are the people who have always known they were meant for something extraordinary, even though they might have struggled to explain it. And if you've ever felt like you were meant to walk a different path, to serve a greater purpose, then this message is for you. Now, if you identify as one of these chosen ones, you've likely felt it, the need to step away from the noise, the overwhelming feeling that comes with being in crowds. It's not that you dislike people. It's not that you're antisocial. It's something much deeper. Let me tell you why. Chosen ones, those of you who are destined for greatness, carry within you a heightened sensitivity. You feel things deeply. You experience the world not just with your mind, but with your heart and soul. And this sensitivity is a gift, a divine gift, but it comes with a price. When you're around a lot of people, you are absorbing all the energies in the room. The excitement, the anxiety, the joy, the anger, it all becomes yours. It can feel overwhelming. The noise of the world, the demands of others, the constant pulling of your attention in different directions, it drains you. It distracts you from the work that you need to do, from the calling that is inside you. It's in solitude that you find your strength. It's in the quiet that your mind can expand, that your spirit can breathe. Solitude isn't about being alone in the traditional sense. It's about being with yourself, connecting to your own divine essence. It's in that space that clarity comes. It's where you hear your true voice and you reconnect with your purpose. You see, chosen ones have a heightened awareness. You can pick up on things that others can't see or feel. The emotions in the room, the silent thoughts that others carry, the subtle shifts in energy, it's all more visible to you. And while this gift is incredibly powerful, it can also be exhausting, especially in large gatherings. It becomes hard to discern your own truth when so many external energies are bombarding you. And then there's the weight of expectations. The world has a way of placing demands on the chosen ones. People expect you to be strong, to have all the answers, to be the light. And while you are capable of all these things, the pressure can be suffocating, especially in environments where everyone is vying for your attention. It's hard to stay true to your purpose when you're pulled in 1,000 different directions. You need space, not just to breathe, but to heal, to restore your energy, to reflect. When you're constantly surrounded by others, you lose that space, and without it, the work you're here to do becomes much harder. But here's the beautiful truth. You don't have to fit into the mold that society expects of you. You don't have to be around 100 people to feel validated. Your journey is yours, and it's okay to take it in your own time, in your own way. It's okay to need time away, to pull back, to find peace in the silence. What matters most is the circle you keep close. The people who truly understand you, who accept your need for space and your need for purpose. Those are the connections that feed your soul. You don't need a large crowd to feel fulfilled. You need authenticity. You need depth. So to the chosen ones out there, embrace your path. Embrace your need for solitude, for personal space, for reflection. You are exactly where you need to be, and the world will meet you in its own time. The most important thing is that you stay true to your heart, to your calling, and to yourself. Take care of your energy. Protect your peace. And trust that in the quiet, you will find all the answers you seek. From the moment you come into this world, there's something different about the journey you're on. Some people know from an early age that they are meant for something greater. It's as if they've been chosen for a higher purpose, one that is bigger than themselves, bigger than the world around them. This feeling can be both beautiful and isolating because it's hard to explain to others who may not understand. It's not about being special in the traditional sense. It's about a quiet knowing, a whisper deep within that tells you you were born for this. This journey often feels like a delicate balance between standing out and blending in, between embracing your uniqueness and struggling with the weight of it. Many of these individuals, the ones we often refer to as chosen ones, are born with a heightened sense of awareness. They're more sensitive to the emotions around them, more attuned to the energies that flow through the world. They see things others miss, they feel things others can't, and they walk through life with an unshakable sense that they are meant to do something bigger than themselves. But being chosen comes with its own set of challenges. It's not always easy to live with the knowledge that your purpose is different from others. People who are destined for greatness often face misunderstanding, loneliness, and a deep yearning to find their place in a world that doesn't always seem to make room for them. They're often misunderstood because the path they walk doesn't fit the conventional mold of success or social acceptance. It's not about popularity or fitting in, it's about a deep internal calling to live a life aligned with a greater mission. So often, the chosen ones feel the need to retreat, to find solitude, to reconnect with their true selves. This isn't because they're afraid of the world or because they don't care. It's because their journey requires a level of introspection, healing, and understanding that can't be found in the noise and chaos of everyday life. It's in this solitude that they're able to connect with their higher selves, gain clarity, and continue moving toward their purpose. The journey of a chosen one is not easy, and it's not meant to be. It's a path paved with both inner and outer challenges, but through these challenges they grow, they learn, and they ultimately find the strength and wisdom they need to fulfill their purpose. It's a unique journey, one that doesn't always make sense to those who walk alongside them, but it's one that is deeply powerful, transformative, and destined to leave a lasting impact on the world. Being a chosen one often means carrying a burden that many don't fully understand. One of the most profound aspects of this experience is the heightened sensitivity that comes with it. This isn't simply about being emotionally sensitive in the way that we might think of someone who cries easily or reacts strongly to emotions. It goes much deeper than that. For the chosen ones, sensitivity becomes a way of life. They feel everything. They feel the energy in a room the moment they walk in, and they absorb the emotional currents of the people around them, whether they want to or not. It's like being a sponge, soaking up the joy, pain, confusion, or anxiety of others without ever intending to. This sensitivity isn't always a blessing. In fact, it often feels more like a heavy weight, especially in crowded, chaotic spaces. For those who are deeply in tune with the world and the people around them, being surrounded by large groups of people can feel suffocating. It's not just the noise or the busyness, it's the constant flow of emotions, the conflicting energies, the thoughts and intentions that swirl in the air. It's as if they can't escape it, and every bit of it latches onto them, leaving them exhausted and drained. The chosen ones experience this emotional and energetic sensitivity not only in public spaces, but even in one-on-one interactions. They can sense when someone is in distress, when someone is lying, or when the energy is off. While this ability can be incredibly powerful, it often feels like a burden because it becomes difficult to navigate through relationships and social environments without being overwhelmed. This constant absorption of energy takes a toll on the emotional and mental well-being of the chosen ones. It's as if they are constantly carrying the weight of others' emotions, even if those emotions aren't theirs to carry. The world doesn't always understand this level of sensitivity. People might see it as being too sensitive or overreacting, when in truth, the chosen ones are simply attuned to a deeper frequency. They are constantly processing the emotional landscapes around them, and that takes energy, sometimes more energy than they have to give. It's a silent struggle that others can't always see, and often the chosen ones are left to navigate it alone, not knowing how to protect themselves from the emotional weight they carry. The sensitivity can also create a sense of isolation. It's hard to explain to someone why being in a large group or around certain people can feel so draining. It's difficult to articulate why it's easier to retreat into solitude than to constantly engage with the world. And yet, for the chosen ones, this need for space is essential. It's the only way they can recalibrate, regain their balance, and prevent themselves from burning out. Without this self-care, their sensitivity can turn from a gift into a curse. In many ways, the burden of sensitivity is a reminder of the unique role the chosen ones are meant to play. They are here to help, to heal, to guide, but first they must learn how to protect themselves. They must learn how to manage their sensitivity, how to shield their energy, and how to ensure they don't lose themselves in the process of caring for others. It's not an easy task, but it's one that comes with the territory of being called to something greater than oneself. For many chosen ones, solitude is not just a preference, it's a necessity. It's not about avoiding people or shutting out the world. It's about recognizing the deep, unspoken need to step away from the noise and the chaos that surrounds them. Solitude provides the space to reconnect with their inner selves, to restore their energy, and to regain the clarity that can easily be lost in the bustle of daily life. It is in the quiet moments alone that they are able to hear their true voice, separate from the influences and distractions of others. In these moments alone, chosen ones can process their thoughts, emotions, and experiences in a way that allows them to grow. They can look inward, reflecting on their purpose, on the lessons they've learned, and on the next steps in their journey. Solitude is often where they discover new insights, where their most powerful ideas come to life, and where they are able to connect with the deeper truths that lie within them. It is only in these moments of stillness that they can hear the subtle whispers of their intuition guiding them forward. This need for solitude is also an act of self-care. It's about protecting their energy and making sure they're not overextended or depleted. Being in constant social interaction, whether with large groups or even close friends and family, can drain them. This isn't because they don't care about others or enjoy spending time with them. It's simply because their emotional and energetic bandwidth is limited. Just as a battery needs time to recharge, so too do chosen ones need time away from others to replenish their spirits. Without this time alone, they can burn out quickly, feeling like they're giving more than they have to give. But there's another layer to this call for solitude. It is often in these quiet moments that they receive their most profound insights. The world around them can be noisy, chaotic, and demanding, but the wisdom they are meant to share comes from the quiet, from the time they spend in reflection and connection with the universe. It is in solitude that their deeper calling becomes clear, that the true direction of their path unfolds. The noise of the world drowns out their inner guidance, and only in solitude can they hear it clearly again. For the chosen ones, solitude is not loneliness, it is a place of healing, of growth, and of reconnection to their purpose. It is where they can process the emotions and energy they've picked up from others, where they can realign themselves with their higher mission, and where they can find the peace necessary to continue walking the unique path they've been called to. The world may not always understand their need for this space, but it is a vital part of their journey. It is how they stay true to who they are, how they stay grounded, and how they are able to continue fulfilling the higher purpose they were born for. In solitude, the chosen ones find the strength to face the world once again, clearer, stronger, and more aligned with their true path. For the chosen ones, the world is never as it appears on the surface. They walk through life with a heightened awareness, perceiving layers of reality that others may miss. It's as though their senses extend beyond the physical realm, allowing them to pick up on the subtleties of the world around them. They can sense when something is off, when emotions are being hidden, or when an environment is heavy with unspoken tension. It's not just about seeing with their eyes, but about feeling with their hearts and minds, sensing the invisible energies that flow through every situation and every interaction. This awareness is a gift, but it can also be overwhelming. The chosen ones are often acutely aware of the underlying emotional currents in a room, the joy, the sadness, the anger, the fear, all swirling together, invisible to most but impossible for them to ignore. They are so in tune with the energies around them that they can often tell what someone is truly feeling, even if those emotions are not being expressed outwardly. They can pick up on the intention behind words, feeling the difference between what is being said and what is being said and what is truly meant. This awareness allows them to understand people on a deeper level, to empathize and connect in ways others cannot. However, this sensitivity to energy also makes it challenging to be around people, particularly in large groups or chaotic environments. The chosen ones are constantly processing information emotionally, energetically, and even intuitively. It can be exhausting to be around so many different energies, to feel the weight of others' emotions and desires. It's like being bombarded with signals from every direction, making it difficult to focus on their own thoughts and needs. The constant influx of external information can lead to confusion and overwhelm, which is why they often retreat into solitude, where they can process the flood of emotions and energies they've absorbed. In addition to sensing the emotional atmosphere, chosen ones also tend to have a deep understanding of the unspoken rules and truths of the world around them. They see beyond the surface, perceiving the hidden motivations and the deeper dynamics at play in any situation. They can sense when someone is being disingenuous, when there is more to a story than meets the eye, or when someone is in need but is too proud or too scared to ask for help. This insight can make them great guides and advisors, as they can offer wisdom and perspective that others may not be able to see. But with this awareness comes a unique burden. The world is often chaotic and unpredictable, and being so attuned to the energies around them means the chosen ones are always aware of the turbulence beneath the surface. They can feel the shifts in the collective consciousness, the subtle changes in the global or social energy, and the quiet struggles of the people around them. This constant awareness of the unseen can make it difficult to find peace or stillness, as there is always something happening, always something to be felt or understood. It's not easy to carry this level of awareness. While others may be able to go about their day without noticing the underlying emotional currents or unspoken tensions, the chosen ones are always processing, always picking up on what's around them. It can be both a blessing and a curse of blessing, because it allows them to deeply understand and connect with the world in ways others cannot. But a curse because it can lead to overwhelm, exhaustion, and a sense of disconnection from the people who cannot see or feel the same things. The challenge for the chosen ones is learning how to manage and protect this heightened awareness. It's about finding balance, knowing when to lean into this sensitivity and when to shield themselves from the emotional and energetic noise. With practice, they learn to navigate the world in a way that allows them to honor their awareness without being consumed by it. But it's a lifelong journey of learning how to harness the gift of heightened awareness and use it wisely, while also protecting their own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This awareness is not something that can be turned off or ignored. It's a part of who they are, woven into the very fabric of their being. And while it may sometimes feel like a burden, it is also the very thing that allows them to fulfill their higher purpose, to guide, to heal, and to help others in ways that only someone with this deep intuitive understanding can. For the chosen ones, there is an invisible but very real weight that comes with their unique path, a weight that is often unseen by others but felt deeply in their hearts and minds. This weight is the pressure of expectations, both external and internal, that rest on their shoulders. From a young age, there is a sense that they are destined for something greater, and the world, whether consciously or unconsciously, begins to place expectations on them. Others look at them and see potential, and with that recognition comes the unspoken belief that they must fulfill that potential, live up to a certain standard, and achieve greatness. It can feel as though the eyes of the world are always watching, waiting for them to shine, to succeed, and to prove that they are worthy of the calling they've been given. Externally, these expectations often manifest as the desires and needs of others. People may look to them for guidance, advice, or inspiration, expecting them to always have the answers, to always be strong, and to be a source of light in times of darkness. While this is a reflection of the deep trust others place in them, it can also become a heavy burden. The chosen ones might feel like they are constantly being pulled in different directions, tasked with meeting the emotional or spiritual needs of others while trying to maintain their own sense of self. It's as though there is no room for weakness, no space to be imperfect, because the world is watching and waiting for them to deliver. Internally, there is also a pressure that comes from within. The chosen ones often have an intense desire to fulfill their purpose, a calling that is so strong it cannot be ignored. They carry the weight of their own dreams, their own vision of what they are meant to achieve, and the responsibility of living up to that vision. This self-imposed expectation can be just as overwhelming, if not more so, than the demands of others. They are their own harshest critics, constantly striving to be better, to do more, and to live up to the promise of their potential. The fear of not living up to that potential, of falling short, can weigh heavily on their minds and hearts, leaving them feeling anxious or uncertain. There is also the quiet understanding that the work they are meant to do is bigger than themselves. It's as if their journey is not just about their personal growth or happiness, but about fulfilling a higher purpose that impacts others. This sense of responsibility can be both motivating and suffocating. They know that their actions, their choices, and their words have the power to affect others in profound ways, and the thought of letting anyone down or not doing enough can create a constant pressure to perform at the highest level. But the truth is, living with these expectations can often feel like walking a tightrope. On one side is the desire to please and help others, and on the other side is the need to honor one's own well-being and boundaries. Balancing these demands can be exhausting, and the chosen ones may find themselves in a constant state of inner conflict. They may feel guilty for not being able to give enough, or feel that they are not doing enough to live up to the expectations placed on them. It can become easy to lose sight of their own needs in the face of so many demands, and in the process, they risk losing themselves. Over time, the weight of expectations can lead to burnout. When the chosen ones feel they must always be on, always performing, always giving, they may start to feel disconnected from their true self, overwhelmed by the constant strain of meeting the needs of others while neglecting their own. This pressure to always be the best, to always rise to the occasion, can rob them of the time they need to rest, reflect, and recharge. And yet, even in the midst of this pressure, they often feel that they cannot stop, because the world relies on them and their purpose seems too important to step away from. But there is a deep truth that the chosen ones must come to understand. They are not here to meet every expectation or to live up to every demand placed upon them. Their purpose is to walk their unique path with integrity, to honor their own needs and boundaries, and to trust that they are enough just as they are. Meeting the expectations of others can never be the sole measure of their worth. The real fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from living authentically, from honoring the path they've been called to, and from taking care of their own spirit along the way. The weight of expectations will always be there, but it is up to the chosen ones to decide how much of it they carry. Learning to navigate this weight, to set boundaries, and to prioritize their own well-being is one of the most important steps on their journey. When they finally release the idea that they must be everything to everyone, they can begin to walk their path with greater freedom, peace, and purpose, true to themselves and to the calling that is uniquely theirs. For the chosen ones, the need for personal space is not just a matter of preference, it is essential for their well-being and growth. This need arises from a deep, intuitive understanding that in order to thrive, they must carve out time for themselves away from the noise, expectations, and emotional demands of the world around them. Their sensitivity to energy, emotions, and external pressures means that they are constantly absorbing and processing what others feel, even when they don't intend to. In order to maintain balance and clarity, they must have the space to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with their true selves. The gift of reflection also allows the chosen ones to see beyond the surface of things. They can recognize the deeper meaning in their daily interactions, the lessons embedded in seemingly mundane moments, and the underlying connections between people and events. It is through this reflective lens that they can begin to understand the greater tapestry of life, seeing not just the individual threads, but the interconnectedness of everything. This deeper awareness makes them incredibly perceptive, often able to recognize hidden truths that others may miss. This reflective nature can also be a form of self-compassion. It allows the chosen ones to forgive themselves, to understand why they may have acted in certain ways, and to release guilt or regret. They are able to look at their past mistakes or missteps not as failures, but as opportunities for growth, understanding that they were necessary steps in their evolution. Through reflection, they come to accept themselves fully, embracing their imperfections as part of their journey. This sense of self-acceptance is empowering, allowing them to move forward without the burden of shame or self-criticism. Yet this gift also requires balance. While reflection is deeply valuable, it can sometimes become an overwhelming process if not managed carefully. The chosen ones may find themselves ruminating on past experiences or getting stuck in their thoughts, overanalyzing situations to the point of inaction or paralysis. In these moments, they must learn to create space for stillness and trust the process, knowing that reflection is a tool to guide them, not to hold them back. It's important for them to recognize when it's time to let go of past reflections and move into the present, to release the need for constant analysis and trust that their inner wisdom will guide them at the right time. The beauty of reflection lies in its ability to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's not just about thinking, it's about deeply understanding and integrating. It's through reflection that the chosen ones discover their true selves, their deeper purpose, and the strength that lies within them. This gift allows them to move through life with a sense of grace and insight, even in the face of adversity, knowing that every experience, every challenge, and every joy holds valuable lessons for their journey. For the chosen ones, reflection is a way of life, an ongoing practice that helps them stay connected to their higher selves, remain aligned with their purpose, and navigate the complexities of the world with greater wisdom. It is through this gift that they find meaning in their experiences, and it is through this deep reflection that they are able to continually evolve and become more attuned to the life they are meant to live. Ultimately, the gift of reflection is not just about looking inward, but about seeing the world with greater clarity, understanding, and compassion toward themselves and others. For the chosen ones, the concept of an inner circle is not just about friendship or social connection. It is a sacred and selective space, a circle of trust that holds the people who truly understand them, support them, and see them for who they are at their deepest level. These relationships are vital to their emotional and spiritual well-being. While the chosen ones often have many acquaintances or interact with a wide range of people, their inner circle consists of a select few, those who offer safety, love, and unconditional acceptance. The individuals who make up this inner circle are the ones who hold space for them when the weight of the world becomes too heavy to bear. These people understand the intricacies of their journey and do not expect them to be anything other than authentic. There is no judgment, no pressure to perform or meet expectations. Rather, there is mutual respect, understanding, and a shared sense of purpose. These relationships are built on deep trust, where the chosen ones can be vulnerable, express their fears, hopes, and struggles without fear of rejection or misunderstanding. In a world where the chosen ones may feel different, isolated, or misunderstood, their inner circle becomes a safe haven, a place where they can fully be themselves without the need to put on a mask or conform to outside expectations. It is in these relationships that they find a sense of belonging, where they are not only accepted but cherished for their uniqueness. These are the people who, when the chosen ones feel lost or uncertain, help them regain their sense of clarity and perspective. They are the ones who remind them of their strength, their purpose, and their worth, even when they cannot see it themselves. The inner circle provides a source of emotional grounding. The chosen ones are often surrounded by energy that is constantly shifting people's emotions, societal expectations, and the weight of their own internal struggles. In this chaotic environment, their inner circle is the anchor that keeps them centered. Whether through a heartfelt conversation, a quiet moment of connection, or shared laughter, these bonds help them recharge and realign with their inner truth. The individuals in their inner circle know how to offer love without trying to fix or change them, and their presence is a reminder that they do not have to walk their path alone. However, being part of the inner circle is not something that happens easily. For the chosen ones, there is a deep sense of discernment that guides them in choosing who they allow into this intimate space. They are incredibly selective, not out of arrogance or fear, but because they know the energy of those they allow close will deeply affect them. They can feel whether someone is aligned with their values, their energy, and their purpose. They instinctively recognize those who can offer support without draining them, and those who might unintentionally pull them away from their truth. The inner circle is not just about companionship, it is about alignment and energetic harmony. As a result, the chosen ones may often find that their inner circle is small, and that's okay. They are not interested in having many superficial relationships. They crave deep, meaningful connections where authenticity, love, and mutual respect are the foundation. Quality, not quantity, matters most to them. There may be periods in their lives where they find themselves reassessing their circle, allowing some people to drift away while others are drawn closer. These transitions are often necessary for their personal growth and evolution. As they grow and change, so too must the dynamics of their inner circle evolve. In some ways, the inner circle also serves as a mirror. The people within it reflect back the chosen one's highest potential, reminding them of their strength and capabilities, even when they doubt themselves. In these relationships, they find the space to be imperfect, to stumble, and to learn, knowing they will be met with love and support, not judgment. The individuals in their inner circle see them not for who they were or who they might sometimes pretend to be, but for who they truly are beneath all the layers of responsibility and external expectations. It is through the love and support of this circle that they are able to stay connected to their true selves and not lose sight of their purpose. This inner circle is also a place of mutual growth. The chosen ones are not just there to be supported, they are there to offer support in return. These relationships are symbiotic, where everyone within the circle grows together, learns from each other, and helps each other along their respective journeys. The chosen ones may be the healers, the guides, or the leaders within their circle, but they also have those who uplift them in their times of need. These exchanges of love, wisdom, and energy are the glue that holds their inner circle together, and it is through these bonds that they are able to continue fulfilling their purpose in the world. For the chosen ones, having an inner circle is not a luxury, it is a necessity. In a world that often feels overwhelming, draining, and full of external pressures, their inner circle is a lifeline, a source of support, love, and grounding that allows them to continue walking their path with authenticity and grace. It is in these relationships that they find the strength to keep going, the courage to face challenges, and the love to heal. These are the people who remind them that they are not alone, that they are loved, and that they are always seen for who they truly are. For the chosen ones, embracing their path is an act of surrender, a conscious decision to step into their life's purpose with courage, even when the journey is uncertain or challenging. The path they walk is unique, often different from the conventional routes that others take. It requires them to listen to their inner calling, to trust in a deeper wisdom, and to step forward with faith, even when the road ahead is unclear. Embracing this path is not about following the crowd or meeting societal expectations. It's about honoring the essence of who they are and allowing that truth to guide their every step. There is a deep understanding among the chosen ones that their journey will not always be easy. It may be filled with obstacles, moments of doubt, and periods of intense growth that feel uncomfortable. Yet, despite the struggles, they know that they are being guided by something greater than themselves. This sense of knowing is not always logical or rational, but it is a quiet, persistent whisper within them that calls them to move forward, even when the world around them may seem uncertain. Embracing the path means accepting that there will be times of difficulty, but also trusting that these challenges are part of the larger plan, shaping them into the person they are meant to become. Embracing the path also involves embracing their own gifts, whether that be intuitive insight, creativity, healing abilities, or a deep sense of empathy. These gifts are not to be hidden or diminished, they are to be celebrated and shared with the world. The chosen ones know that these talents are not accidental, but a part of the divine plan that enables them to fulfill their purpose. By stepping into their full power and embracing their unique qualities, they are able to offer something valuable to the world that only they can provide. It's in the moments of doubt or fear that embracing the path requires the most courage. The chosen ones are not immune to the human experience of fear and uncertainty. There are times when they question whether they are on the right track, whether they are making a difference, or whether they are truly capable of fulfilling their purpose. But even in those moments of doubt, they find the strength to keep moving forward. They remind themselves that their journey is not about perfection, but about progress. It's about showing up day after day with faith in their heart and a willingness to do the work, knowing that the path will reveal itself in its own time. As they continue walking their path, the chosen ones come to realize that the journey is not about reaching a destination, it is about becoming. It is about discovering who they truly are, shedding the layers of conditioning and self-doubt, and stepping into their authentic power. Each challenge, each triumph, and each moment of introspection is part of this process of becoming. The chosen ones understand that their path is a continuous unfolding, and that the more they embrace it, the more they align with their truest self and their deepest calling. Ultimately, embracing the path is an act of trust. It is about trusting in the divine timing of their journey, trusting that they are exactly where they need to be, and trusting that they have everything they need within them to walk their path with courage and grace. By embracing the path with open arms, the chosen ones step into their full potential, knowing that every step forward brings them closer to fulfilling their purpose and living a life of profound meaning and impact. Personal space isn't simply about physical distance, it's about emotional and mental space as well. In the presence of others, especially in large groups, the chosen ones often feel like they are being pulled in multiple directions. People's emotions, desires, and needs can weigh heavily on them. Without the opportunity to step away and breathe, they risk losing themselves in the midst of it all. This need for space is not an indication of wanting to be alone or avoiding others. It is about preserving their own energy and mental clarity so they can continue to give and serve in a way that feels aligned with their purpose. There's an understanding among the chosen ones that they can't give from an empty cup. They recognize that if they constantly overextend themselves, constantly engage with the outside world without taking time to rest and recharge, they will eventually burn out. Personal space allows them the chance to refuel, to reconnect with their passions, and to do the inner work necessary to maintain their sense of purpose. It is in these moments of solitude that they can reflect on their experiences, assess their emotional and spiritual state, and realign themselves with their mission. Personal space also gives them the freedom to explore their own creativity, intuition, and sense of direction. When they are constantly surrounded by external noise and distractions, it becomes difficult to hear their own inner guidance. But when they are alone in a quiet space, they can tune into the subtle whispers of their intuition, allowing their true selves to emerge without the interference of outside influences. It's in these moments of solitude that they find clarity, inspiration, and the strength to continue moving forward on their unique path. This time alone is also an opportunity for healing and self-care. The chosen ones often carry emotional scars or deep sensitivities from their past, and personal space allows them the room to process and heal. Whether it's through reflection, meditation, journaling, or simply being in nature, these quiet moments allow them to release the weight of past experiences and move forward with greater peace and understanding. They may not always be able to articulate the need for space to others, but deep down they know that without it, they cannot fully heal or grow. While the need for personal space can sometimes lead to feelings of isolation or loneliness, it is important to recognize that this is not a desire to escape from relationships or responsibilities. Rather, it is an acknowledgement that they must take care of themselves in order to show up as the best version of who they are meant to be. The chosen ones understand that they are not meant to live solely for others or to meet every external expectation. Their path requires moments of solitude where they can rest, recalibrate, and return to the world with renewed energy and a clear sense of purpose. In these moments of personal space, the chosen ones not only protect their own well-being, but also ensure that they can continue to fulfill the greater purpose for which they were born. It is through solitude that they find the peace, clarity, and strength they need to move forward with confidence and grace. By honoring their need for personal space, they are better able to serve, to connect with others in meaningful ways, and to walk their path with authenticity and integrity. Ultimately, personal space is not a retreat from the world. It is a vital part of the journey that enables them to fully embrace and fulfill the calling they've been given. For the chosen ones, maintaining energetic boundaries is one of the most crucial aspects of navigating the world without being overwhelmed or drained. Their heightened sensitivity means they are constantly absorbing the emotions, energies, and intentions of those around them, often without even realizing it. This can be both a blessing and a burden, as it allows them to connect deeply with others and understand their needs, but it also makes them highly susceptible to the emotional and energetic states of the people they interact with. Without clear energetic boundaries, they risk losing themselves in the emotions of others or becoming depleted by the energy they absorb. Energetic boundaries are not just about protecting oneself from negativity, they are about creating a space of inner peace and clarity that allows the chosen ones to distinguish between their own feelings and those of others. This is essential because without boundaries, it can become difficult to discern what is theirs to process and what belongs to someone else. They might find themselves carrying emotional burdens that are not theirs to bear, feeling overwhelmed by the stress or sadness of others without knowing how to release it. Setting energetic boundaries is often an invisible act, one that requires an intuitive understanding of where to draw the line between the self and the outside world. It's about learning how to protect one's energy while still being compassionate and empathetic. The chosen ones are natural healers and givers, which means they can often be the ones others turn to for support. But if they do not set clear boundaries, they can quickly become exhausted, their own energy reserves running low. This depletion can manifest as fatigue, irritability, or a sense of being emotionally drained and detached from their own sense of purpose. One of the most important aspects of maintaining energetic boundaries is learning to say no when necessary. This can be especially challenging for the chosen ones, as they often feel a deep sense of duty and responsibility to help others. However, they must recognize that overcommitting to others at the expense of their own well-being will ultimately lead to burnout and resentment. By establishing healthy boundaries, they create the space they need to nurture themselves, to recharge, and to stay grounded in their own energy. Another essential part of protecting one's energy is being mindful of the environments they choose to spend time in. The chosen ones are particularly sensitive to the energies of spaces, whether it's a bustling social gathering, a stressful workplace, or even a place of negative or chaotic energy. Learning to trust their intuition when it comes to choosing where to spend their time is crucial for maintaining their energetic health. Sometimes this may mean avoiding certain environments or people that drain them, even if it's difficult or uncomfortable. The act of stepping away from these spaces is not an act of avoidance, rather, it's a recognition that their own energetic balance is more important than fitting into external expectations or being available for everyone who asks for their time and energy. In addition to setting boundaries with others and with the environments they inhabit, the chosen ones must also learn to protect their energy from within. This requires a deep understanding of their own emotions and inner state. Practices like meditation, grounding techniques, and visualization exercises can help them maintain a strong sense of personal energy, allowing them to shield themselves from external forces. Imagining a protective shield around them, for example, or envisioning a flow of positive energy within their body can be powerful ways to reinforce these boundaries. These practices help them remain centered, even when they are surrounded by negativity or emotional turbulence. Energetic boundaries are not static, they are fluid and need to be adjusted based on the circumstances. There are times when the chosen ones may feel the need to open up, to be more receptive to the emotions and needs of others, and to offer their support and healing. But it's just as important for them to know when to close off, to retreat, and to protect their own energy. The key is balance, knowing when to give and when to pull back, understanding that they cannot pour from an empty cup. By learning how to set and maintain healthy energetic boundaries, the chosen ones can continue to fulfill their purpose in the world while protecting their own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. It's a practice that requires constant awareness and self-care, but when done with intention and love, it allows them to remain strong, resilient, and aligned with their higher calling. These boundaries are not walls to shut out the world, but protective shields that allow them to engage with life in a way that honors both their own energy and the energies of those they encounter. With clear energetic boundaries in place, the chosen ones can navigate the world with greater ease, grace, and authenticity, staying true to their path while ensuring that their own spirit remains whole. When the chosen ones reflect, they are not merely reminiscing about what has happened, they are examining every layer of an experience, feeling its emotional impact, and understanding its deeper significance. They are able to see connections between past events and present circumstances, recognizing patterns in their own behavior, thoughts, and emotions. This ability to look inward and understand the lessons that life is teaching them is a gift that often allows them to navigate complex situations with a sense of wisdom that seems beyond their years. Reflection gives them the space to process and heal. When they face hardship, uncertainty, or emotional turmoil, their ability to reflect allows them to step back and analyze the situation from a place of objectivity. This inner clarity helps them understand the root causes of their struggles, giving them the strength to move forward with renewed purpose. It's not about avoiding pain or challenging situations, but about gaining a deeper understanding of how those experiences fit into the larger picture of their lives. For the chosen ones, every experience, no matter how difficult, holds a lesson that can help them grow and fulfill their greater purpose. However, reflection is not only a tool for understanding the past, it also helps them navigate the present and future. By reflecting on their current state, how they feel, what they need, and where they are in relation to their goals and aspirations, they can make more intentional decisions about the direction they wish to take. The act of pausing and reflecting allows them to assess whether they are on the right path or whether a course correction is necessary. It helps them understand what is truly important to them, what aligns with their soul's purpose, and what might need to be released or changed.